It's a pleasure to be here today to talk about a subject that I believe is fundamental to success in life and more specifically in the pursuit of wealth. This topic is one that's often overlooked in our fast-paced world where instant gratification is the norm. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of patience in building wealth. I'd like to begin by sharing a simple truth that has guided my investment philosophy for decades. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. This idea isn't just applicable to the stock market, it's a principle that underlies all wealth-building endeavors. To understand why patience is so critical, we first need to grasp the power of compounding. Albert Einstein is reputed to have called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Compounding is the process where the earnings on your investments generate their own earnings over time. It's the snowball effect where your money starts to make more money and then that money makes even more money. But here's the catch. Compounding doesn't work overnight. It requires time. The longer you leave your money to grow, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes. It's why I've always said that my favorite holding period is forever. Wealth doesn't come from trying to time the market or from jumping in and out of investments. It comes from sitting patiently with quality assets, letting time do its work. Patience, however, is not easy. We live in an age of instant gratification where waiting for anything seems almost unbearable. The pressure to act, whether it's buying or selling, is constant. But let me tell you, impatience is one of the most expensive traits an investor can have. I've seen countless people get seduced by the latest hot stock or the newest financial trend, only to watch their gains evaporate when the market turns against them. The problem is that they're trying to get rich quick, and that's a dangerous game to play. The truth is, real wealth is built over decades, not days. The ability to think long-term is what separates the successful investor from the speculator, and this is where patience comes in. It's about having the discipline to ignore short-term noise and focus on the big picture. It's about understanding that wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint. When you invest in a business, you should think of yourself as a part owner of that business, not as someone who is just renting shares. This mindset shift allows you to stay patient even during volatile times. Remember, the stock market is filled with individuals who know the price of everything but the value of nothing. If you understand the value of what you own, you won't be tempted to sell just because prices are fluctuating. Patience is also what keeps you on course when the going gets tough. The markets and life in general are full of ups and downs. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going your way, but the real test comes when things aren't looking so rosy. During these times, patience becomes your greatest ally. Look at any great business or successful individual, and you'll see that their journey wasn't a straight line to the top. There were setbacks, challenges, and tough decisions along the way. But those who persevered, the ones who had the patience to weather the storms, came out stronger on the other side. Now let's talk about the rewards of patience. When you're patient, you allow your investments the time they need to reach their full potential. This doesn't just apply to stocks, it applies to businesses, careers, and personal growth. Take my own experience with Berkshire Hathaway, for example. When I first invested in the company, it was a struggling textile business, but I saw potential beyond the immediate challenges. Over time, with patience and a long-term vision, Berkshire Hathaway has grown into one of the most successful companies in the world. But this didn't happen overnight. It took decades of disciplined, patient investing. Patience also brings with it peace of mind. When you're not constantly chasing after the next big thing or reacting to every market movement, you can focus on what truly matters. You can make decisions based on logic and analysis, not fear or greed. This calm, steady approach is what leads to consistent, sustainable wealth creation. Now, I understand that patience doesn't come naturally to everyone, but like any skill, it can be cultivated. Here are a few practical steps you can take to develop patience in your wealth-building journey. 1. Set long-term goals. Focus on where you want to be in 10, 20, or 30 years, not just next month or next year. This long-term perspective helps you stay grounded and prevents you from making impulsive decisions. 2. Ignore the noise. The financial media thrives on creating excitement, but this can lead to hasty decisions. Tune out the daily market noise and concentrate on your long-term plan. 3. Embrace boredom. Investing isn't supposed to be exciting. If it is, you're probably doing it wrong. Embrace the boring aspects of wealth building. These are often the most profitable. 4. Learn from the greats. Study the habits of successful investors and business people who have demonstrated patience in their careers. Use their stories as inspiration to stay the course. 5. Keep a journal. Writing down your investment decisions and the reasoning behind them can help you stay patient. When you're tempted to act rashly, look back at your journal to remind yourself of your long-term strategy. In closing, I want to emphasize that patience isn't just a virtue in the world of investing, it's a necessity. The path to wealth is long and winding, filled with obstacles and opportunities. But those who have the patience to stay the course, to let their investments mature, and to trust in the power of compounding will be the ones who ultimately succeed. Remember, wealth isn't just about how much money you make, but how much you keep and grow over time. And that takes patience. So embrace the slow, steady approach. Cultivate the discipline to wait, and the rewards will come in ways you might never have imagined.